And we are fucking back.
We're back, bumble bitches.
Episode nothing. It's a Q&A.
Live for YouTube and Facebook.
YouTube and Facebook. You are correct. We had technological issues. Technology issues.
Yeah.
Things didn't work the way I wanted them to work. So I had to reboot everything. So I'm sorry that took so long. If you're going to Thailand, make sure to remember to take your prescription to prevent malaria. Dot your I's and cross your T's and have a great time out. Yeah, we leave Monday to fly out there.
Yep.
We're getting close. I'm excited for Thailand, but I'm really fucking excited for Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's a bigger group. We've already got more people going to Costa Rica. It's a much, much shorter flight.
Yeah.
Way fucking cheaper. And it's ability to house hunt.
And it's what?
An ability to house hunt.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Show the pink, babe. Boom. She got the shave and the pink.
I do. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
Chris Dennison said for $100 super chat, just getting this out of the way, a gift for extra spending money for Thailand. He typed it twice, so I'm only going to read it once. But thank you for that, dude. I really appreciate it. For you guys, for the men who are in our men's group, I bought some stuff for the guys who have been there since the beginning. And I will be mailing some things out to you guys when we get back at the end of October. Just know that Chris Dennison has a laser engraver. And it took us a couple of tries, but what I'm sending out, the laser engraving, is fucking clean.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I love that.
So excited. All right. Yes, the dog is in the cone of shame. She got fixed.
Yeah.
We put her in a donut yesterday, and she was able to get to her stitches, so we had to switch it back. I have a couple of like really stupid things that are not really stupid. They're just short. There's not going to be a lot of conversation that I want to kind of go over, and then we'll just Q&A for the rest of the episode.
Sounds good.
This will be the last live stream that we do unless we leave. Right, unless we go live in Thailand, which I don't think will happen because of the time difference. But we will not be live again on YouTube until the 23rd. So we have 2 full weeks off of live streaming, which is exciting.
Someone asked, can a person under 21 join the women's group? You have to be 18.
Yep.
You have to be 18 to join anything that we are bringing to the world.
Holy glitching. Yep.
I mean, you can watch the podcast underage, but if I'm interacting with you personally, you can't be a minor.
Yeah. Yep. We're going to need to figure out what's going on with that glitching shit and why it keeps doing that. That's also something I need to get into when we get back. I heard something today that talked about the difference between abuse and neglect. And I've been repeating that over and over and over again because abuse is intentional and neglect is not. And that's the difference between the two. If somebody's personal, if their intent behind it is malicious,
right, it's abuse.
It's abuse. And if they just didn't know any better and your needs aren't being met, you're being neglected. Right. And I really fucking I'm on that shit hard right now. And then the video that I made this morning on TikTok about the people who are like, I don't need to fucking give him gratitude or be thankful because he's an adult. He should just do that shit. Right. The note that I made. Oh, motherfucker. I just removed it. Oh, no, there it is. If you've ever said they should know better, it's common sense. In that moment, you lack accountability.
Yeah.
And the reason you lack accountability is because you failed to clearly state your expectations. You can't say they should know better. If you didn't fucking tell them, they don't know better.
Right.
So if somebody's not fulfilling needs that you have and you feel like they should just automatically know these things, this is a you problem 100% because you have failed to articulate what it is that you need. And if you have articulated it and it's still not being met, there's a multitude of other things that could be the cause there. Maybe they didn't understand. Maybe you didn't articulate it clearly. Maybe they weren't listening. Maybe they're just not the right person for you.
Right.
Right? So like, but that initial setup, if you were saying they should know better, or it should be common sense, or it
blah, 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 blah.
That's your fault.
Yeah.
That is a you problem. Take some accountability. Leave that mindset in the fucking gutter where it belongs and learn how to communicate with your person.
I concur, doctor.
We got to watch that movie still.
We do.
How fast do you guys respond to emails? That depends on the quality of the email, how much is involved in it. If you're a member of our Patreon emails get read way before other ones do because they're supporting us financially. And then obviously the content of your email plays a big role in it. If your email is not very detailed, if it's super short, it's probably not going to get read, period. So, but it is up to the wizards. The wizards go through and they email screen and go, and that's how we handle things. Good morning, everyone. You want to talk about this real quick?
What's the women's group?
Yep. I saw that as I was running my mouth.
Okay. So I have two separate women's group. There is a public women's group that's more of just a community for the women of the Discord to come and talk about women things. That is through the $15 tier. So you get full access to the Discord plus the public women's group. My private women's group is $115 a month, and that is a more in-depth group with me. So every month we have monthly reading. We do weekly challenges based on our reading. You don't have to read the book, but for a deeper understanding of why we're doing the challenges, I would recommend doing the reading. There is a private chat separate from the Discord that all of the women are a part of. There are weekly phone calls. Did I say that already?
I don't know, but you can say it again. Just be safe.
We have weekly phone calls. So every Saturday we do a phone call. And it is a structured phone call. So we have points and things that we are hitting and checking on. And I'm asking you guys about your challenges and all of that. And now a new feature of the private women's group is one-on-one DMs with me. So any anxiety attacks, you need a perspective shift, you need advice, you want to just say something to me privately separate from the other women in the group, you can now DM me.
On WhatsApp as part of the group.
As part of the group.
Right.
Paid through the private women's tier. And we also do quarterly shirt releases, which I'm pretty stoked about. I think the next one I do for the private women's group is going to be separate from the men's group, just like a woman's based.
I think you and I are going to have to talk about that off the podcast.
Okay.
Because it's not cheap. When you make 20 shirts,
right,
it's way fucking expensive per t-shirt than doing 100.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought if we just got 100 shirts and they were different designs, it was still the same price for the shirt.
You're looking at new screens, new setups, new plastisol. Like it's not cheap. I contacted somebody once, was like, yo, I need 20 shirts made.
Yeah. And
for 20 shirts, I could make 40 or 50 shirts. So like
I'll just say, I think I'd rather make it myself.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I did the screen printing thing for a while. We would need anyways, a lot. Yeah. That's a whole different conversation. Courtney said, hey guys, just wanted to say thank you for all you do. That's a super chat. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
I need to make sure the mods are catching the super chats on Facebook because I will go through and we will read the Facebook ones at the end of this. I will be reading super chats as they pop up. If I miss them, they'll be read at the end as well. So guys, if you're mods, please make sure you're catching the supers. If you guys have something that you want to talk about or you want something answered, the super chats are a guaranteed way to get it. If you're just post it in the chat, we may not see it. We may not stop it. So just know that if you absolutely want something, that's the way to go. We just got a new patron.
Oh, heck yeah. Patron.
All right. How did you get to where you are now mentally? A whole lot of work. That's the whole point of the podcast.
Yeah.
All right. Scrolling down. What was the name of the book again?
What book?
I don't know.
We read a lot of books.
Hang on. Let me see if there was a preference to that. Is the Discord $15 a month or a one-time thing? It's $15 a month. It is a continued subscription to be a part of our Patreon, which gives you access to Discord. We record all of our episodes live.
We do.
We
exclusive content.
A lot of exclusive content. Well, not a lot anymore. We were doing a shit ton of it for a while, but life has gotten... we're trying to backlog content right now, so priorities have been happening.
Yeah, but my cooking shows will come back. True crime, spooky stuff with me.
The ability to play video games with us.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot there.
I had my window down in the car and now my hair is kind of knotted up and it's giving me anxiety.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need like a little comb to carry around.
Advice on telling my family I'm trying to get a divorce. So that speaks on you're a people pleaser.
Yeah.
If you are afraid to talk to somebody, the root of that is that you are afraid of the reaction that's going to happen, and in that sense you're trying to make sure that everyone around you is okay.
Right.
instead of looking out for you, right?
Yeah, my marriage is falling apart. This ain't about you guys.
Right. You're not in this relationship. I am. I need to fix my fucking life.
My life is falling apart right now.
Right. That also, on the whole people pleasing thing, you are not going to, I'm not going to get into that. We'll save that for a whole ass episode. I have a whole lot to say on that topic right now.
I need my glasses. Someone just said they're from TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know who that is.
Did people come over for my TikTok live? Hell yeah.
Oh, there you go. I forgot you're on that.
I love that.
Hippo said I had to cancel my Patreon soon. I'll be back. I miss it and have only been gone a month. A lot of people that leave end up coming back. I don't think you guys realize how much community is there until you no longer have access to that community and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
Like maybe I need to cancel my Netflix, right?
Stop going to Starbucks.
Yeah. Good morning, y'all, from Amelia Island, Florida. You look amazing with your hair. You're gorgeous, honey, darling, sugar pie.
Oh, thank you.
There's a whole lot there. There it is. Super chat. Advice for further raising my son to be a good man. My wife and I are doing our best. Lesbian couple. You want to chime in? Pop in. Hit the carry button.
Oh, I'm being molested by my dog.
Oh no, the carry cam is off.
Oh God.
Let's see if the carry cam kicks on its own. There it is.
Hey.
All right. Hey Taylor, I'm gonna try to answer this question for you. A little advice on being in a lesbian couple and raising a boy. You just have to understand that you're raising a human, whether it's a female or a male. And it's kind of common sense on how you should really raise a young man. Just you got to teach him values and pretty much how to be a decent human in today's world. It doesn't matter whether you're a straight couple or a gay couple. It can be done. I've had to do it before, and it's a challenge. But you just have to teach him pretty much how to be a good person. And just guide them and be there for them and support them. And that's really all I can say about that.
All right.
I'm going to add on to what Carrie said.
I am too.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I want to tack on to there some things that you can do because he is a boy. Get him into Boy Scouts. Get him into men-centered activities where he's challenged in a way that can't be done by women.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Boy Scouts is a big deal. Jiu-Jitsu, anything that is going to put him around other boys, that's going to allow him to wrestle, understand hierarchy, understand body language, how to learn how to shake hands. And then the other thing that I was going to say is that you should watch the gentleman videos.
Yeah.
We've got 2 of them. We have, there's 2 gentleman videos. There's 2 or 3 men call to actions.
Right.
Watch those videos, understand what it is that I'm trying to convey, and then try to start implementing some of that shit in the house. It's real easy to get a young man to learn habitual behaviors like opening a door. It's no different than teaching manners. So I hope that helps. Yep. That's because you weren't part of the podcast when all that went on. That was last year's stuff. Leslie said, Peaches, we didn't take our puff from TikTok earlier. Can we do it here? Love you both so much.
Oh, you're so right. I did not do that.
We cannot do that here.
We can't.
Because YouTube will 100% fucking kick us off the platform. So we get in trouble even if you vape tobacco on YouTube. They do not fuck with that at all. The being involved with the kids, somebody said being involved with the children matters. I think one of the big things too is to understand that we process shit differently.
We do.
And like Peaches and our son are super close. Sometimes I have to step in and having a conversation and reiterate something she said 30 minutes prior because he's still stuck on that. And I'm still stuck on that. And I'm able to go, wait a minute, babe, he's still, and we have that little conversation real quick and we get to it. And then he's like, oh, okay. And then we go down the row. We are a fucking instruction manual. You don't go step 1, step 6 unless you know how to build the shit, right? Otherwise you're step by step by step by step to get it right. And that's the way our brains work because we're problem solvers. Young men are the same way. It's ingrained in us. They could learn to be a feminine thinker with the way that your brains are, but the brains are different.
Right.
So
I agree.
All right, let's scroll up just a little bit and find something to talk about. I just sent you guys an email. Even if you can't address it on your live, can I please receive a reply because I'm desperate? We actually don't do emails on these live streams right now. And we are not responding via text. Our emails, we get hundreds of emails a day, and those emails are filtered through, and we respond to them as content. It is a scratch my back, I'll scratch your back kind of thing. If we sat down and just responded to all those emails, we would never have content to do what we are doing. It would not be a benefit to us. It would not be a benefit to the other listeners. So it is a ebb and flow kind of thing. You guys send the emails, they get filtered through. We read them, we get content, you get answers. And then
A
it
lot of
benefits
people get
everyone.
answers.
Right. And that's, if you want one-on-one shit, we have one-on-one shit coming. We have a whole lot of big things coming when we get back from Thailand. I can't fucking wait for all the things that are coming. Return of the Dukes.
What?
My job is currently shut down from the storm and not set to open for another week. Know of anybody looking for help with side gigs for a week? I don't know where you're at, so I can't really answer that. I'm sorry that your job is shut down. That place that I go to for my back pain, they got flooding really bad in Punta Gorda, and they had to cut out like a foot of their wall all the way around the back rooms where we go.
Oh my
And the main
gosh.
offices have an entire sheet of drywall ripped out. They've taken all the carpets out. A lot of shit was destroyed down there.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank goodness they didn't lose any equipment. Could you imagine trying to replace all that?
You know what they said?
What?
The only reason why they didn't have to replace those machines is because of where the battery is placed. Like it got water up to the machine and it was under the battery. Like that was pure luck.
Wow. Wow.
Ashley said from Facebook, my man and I both love you and follow you. We love the traditional roles and it's fulfilling to me, but we struggle so hard. I've never had more questions in my life and can't get them answered here, but I hope following you, I can because I want to save my family. I believe you guys are a key to that door. We could be. There's a whole lot of episodes you can go back and watch, or you can send an email.
Right.
You can join the Patreon. There's a lot of people on our Patreon that live that traditional life.
I'm hung up on because this didn't hit my ear right.
Is it because of the butt?
What?
But
Yeah.
okay.
It's we love the traditional roles and it's fulfilling to me, but we struggle so hard. So it's not fulfilling.
Right.
And you guys are not in love with the traditional roles because things aren't happy right now.
Yeah. The but negates the previous statements.
Right.
Yeah.
So.
However,
Yeah.
would be a much better word for that.
Yeah.
And I understand that not everybody feels this way. We had a conversation with somebody the other day about the language and the way it deteriorates from generation to generation. But because I understand, I just said but.
You did.
However, I understand that when you say that, it does negate the previous things.
Yeah.
So I want you guys to know you saved my relationship. That was from Autumn. We didn't save your relationship. We gave you some information. You fucking took it and ran with it, you badass.
I was going to say the email, but Abby already got it. She in the comments.
We want updates. If you guys have had your emails read on the podcast, if you've been listening for a long time and you've changed things, we want those emails. We want to know how you've changed your life since what we've been doing, because we hear it all the time. You've changed our lives. Well, that's great. How did we change your lives? Because maybe we need to do more of that so we can change other people's lives. Yeah.
Somebody asked if the comments from the Facebook Live get posted on their personal page, and it does not. This Facebook Live is totally separate from you making a timeline post on your Facebook. So if you're good.
I don't think that's accurate.
No?
I'm pretty sure that if they leave a comment while we're live, it stays in the video comments on Facebook. And on
Right,
you,
but it's not posted to their personal page.
not to their page. It's
But
on,
it's on
our
our
page,
page, yeah.
right? Just so that if somebody's trying to be safe.
Oh.
If you need something completely anonymous and you're afraid of people knowing,
email us.
because it's all anonymous. We don't
Yeah.
ever mention the names. So, Hippo said, I can attest to this. Even if your email isn't read, they send you helpful episodes so you can watch those and see how they apply to you. That's true.
That is true.
The mods are on their shit. Speaking of which, for all the moderators, just so that I don't have to go and do this later, can we get a chat in the War Council that gives a timeline of when everyone is available to do a retreat next year for the mods so that I can start trying to find a location so that we can get a moderator's retreat together?
Okay.
I was going to type it all
Right.
out and ask them to do that while we were gone so that we can come back and just do it. But
So I think the way that we should do this, because everyone just posting all of their availability sounds like chaos. So let's pick 2 seasons that you're available, spring, summer, fall, winter, and then post timelines within those seasons that you're able to get away for a few days.
okay. Yeah, I was just going to take the month that has the most availability and
Yeah.
then book something. And if they can make it, they can. If they can't, they can't.
I think you should make a poll then.
Zach can do that. Zach will figure all that shit out. He's
Okay.
the Discord god. So, huge marriage question from Dean on Facebook. Trying to save our marriage, but it seems my partner keeps saying I'm too hurt and is saying she's taking it day by day. And do I deserve an answer that she is in it and working? We have been to tons of marriage and individual therapy and finally growing to be a better me. She's asking you to show her that you're actually in this, dude. Your words at this point, like if you guys have had a shit ton of problems, your words don't mean a whole lot anymore. An apology is nothing more than wind. Changed action shows. You, the fuck was that? Oh, garbage truck.
Yeah.
That changed action shows that you're actually making a concerted effort to fix your life. And changed actions isn't like a 1 week or a 2 week thing. Depending on how broken or damaged you made your relationship, that shit's going to take time. If you've been together for 5 years, this is no different than weight gain. If you've been together for 5 years and 2 years was really good and the last 3 has been shit, and you've gone to therapy a couple times and you're trying to fix things, do you think that therapy session and the 1 or 2 weeks of you behaving and like trying to show that you're doing the right thing is going to negate the 3 years of fucked up shit you've done? It's like going to the gym for the first time and going, am I jacked yet?
Right.
I ate a salad. Do I got abs? Shit takes time. You have to undo all that shit that you did. She's got to learn to trust you, and like you have to become a partnership again. That shit takes time.
Yep.
Keep going to therapy. Keep working on yourself. Aaliyah Lynn said, I live in Punta Gorda. I hope that you're fucking safe down there because Genesis pain management down there on 41 is pretty fucked up. How will the port strike affect all our East Coast peeps? Oh man, Lewis, you were fucking opening a can of worms. Do we want to have that conversation?
I wasn't paying attention.
How will the port strike affect all of our East Coast peeps? It's not going to affect just the East Coast peeps. It's going to affect everyone.
It's going to affect the whole country.
Yeah, they were offered 50%, a 50% raise, and they turned it down. The IDL did.
They're serious. Holy shit.
Yeah, okay. So for those of you who don't know, there is currently a port strike going on the East and West Coast. And with everything that is going on in the southeastern United States, Florida, Georgia, the Carolinas, and Tennessee, there is going to be shortages of all kinds of shit. There's going to be shortages of wood, shortages of water, shortages of plumbing equipment. Like things have to be rebuilt. There's also going to be a shortage of food. And we don't have enough food grown in the United States to feed Florida.
No.
For the population size. Our dependency on other countries requires import-export. If the docks get shut down and stay shut down for a couple of weeks, that is going to destroy a whole lot.
Disrupt everything. And it's going to take months to recuperate a few weeks of disruption.
Right. So that information is readily available. What most people don't know is that there's currently an embargo on trains. And trains coming up from South America into the United States can't happen. Nothing's coming through, which is where most of our grain comes from. That's just one more food disruption. I really think that things are going to get very out of control very quick if this shit doesn't get sorted. This was the worst fucking time for a strike.
Yeah.
I vibe with what they're trying to do. They're trying to make it so that we can keep our fucking jobs and not go automated. I fuck with that.
Yeah.
Not at the cost of other people's lives and misery because they just lost everything, right? Like it should have gotten pushed off a couple of months. I also understand that these things take time to like organize, and this has probably been planned for a year, maybe 2 years, and it just implemented. It could have gotten pushed back a month or two to make sure that we were okay.
Yeah.
Oh, a super chat.
Super chat.
We've watched both videos, and he spends time with grandfathers and uncles. He has tried baseball, looking into martial arts. I fucking hated baseball. As a kid who is on the spectrum, that is one of the most boring things you can ever do to a kid who has an attention issue. I remember specifically being in the back of the baseball field, out in the field, looking at the sky through my glove because I was under 10 years old. T-ball's not going out to the field. That's where you put the kids who can't focus.
Yeah.
You got to play. You're way the fuck out there. You're not going to do shit. Just sit down, stare at the ground. Oh, look, an ant.
I found a lot of ladybugs doing that.
Fucking hated baseball. I loved hitting the ball. The rest of it sucked ass.
Yeah.
The running sucked. Standing around sucked. The sun sucked. It was hot outside.
Yeah.
Not a thing for me. Football, however, was a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
Lewis said, oh, he just did it as a super chat.
Oh,
Glad
thank
we
you for
got
the
into
super
that.
chat.
Oh man, there's so much going on. This chat's moving.
Yeah, we're almost 700 people.
What's this? Let's read a YouTube one.
Okay.
Amber said, I really need help on how to talk to my husband about how we should spend our money, even though he doesn't allow me to, since he thinks I don't spend it wisely. What would be your advice on that? Based off the wording, I would say you may be looking at some financial abuse. I believe that. And I hate that term because when we first started, I thought that was the dumbest thing ever. Mm-hmm. But realizing that somebody handles all of the finances and gives you zero access to it is dangerous.
It's terrifying.
Right. However, if you guys are tight on a budget, that's a different conversation.
Yeah, if you don't actually spend your money wisely,
right.
That could be a big problem for financial insecurity.
Absolutely. If you are somebody who makes just enough to get by and there's 50 or 60 bucks left over and you take that 50 and 60 bucks and spend it right away, and then you guys are broke for the rest of the fucking month, where's the emergency money? Right? Like there's a whole lot of questions to be had there. So based off of what you said, there's not enough information to really give a whole lot, but I would be looking at what your finances actually look like. Are you broke? Because if you're broke, that matters. If you're not broke and he's just hoarding all the money and you don't get to spend any of it, and he's buying whatever the fuck he wants to buy, that's a problem. Mm-hmm. And I also see that as a way that somebody can manipulate somebody into staying because they have no ability to leave. Yeah. I have had an email in my drafts for 8 months. It has now been switched to a thank you.
Oh, wow.
None of those issues are issues. So thank you for the pointers.
Oh, I love that.
Kendra said, following you guys helped me to realize, see, and hear that my husband wants me to need and to submit to him so that he can be the leader and provider that he has longed to be. I've been able to look past and start healing my trauma response to be independent and not allow help from him. We are doing so much better, and I feel like I can see him in a different light. I could say more, but honestly, thank you. Love that. Oh,
love
super
that
chat.
Too.
Moons. Thank you for all you do. Looking to create an LLC for my piercing business. Live in Montana. MN is Minnesota. MN is Minnesota.
I have no idea.
Right? MT is Montana. Living in Minnesota, but will be working in Wisconsin. Should I file the LLC in MN or WI? Would I use the shop I work in for my LLC address? I got to be honest, it's a little above my pay grade because where you live is where you'll be paying your taxes, I believe. I would talk to an accountant. About that. Darren asked how my back is. My back is getting better, but taking the week off of actually not having being stretched hurt. Let's keep scrolling, see if we got... Oh, there's another super chat. AJ said, as a non-nuclear family, my wife relates more to Peaches and I to Chris. Says, but we both want to join the Patreon. Doesn't matter which group to join. I'm so confused.
I'm confused as well.
Maybe non-nuclear, meaning you guys don't live together? The Patreon is the Patreon. The Discord is going to get you want to join on the 50. Oh, if there's two of you, join on the $20 tier.
Yeah.
That'll give you both access to the Discord, and then you can join the men's group. She can join the women's group on the public side. Mm-hmm. If you want to get into the private groups, it's going to cost you more, and it's a whole different ballgame, but all that's on Patreon.
Right.
Non-nuclear. I guess maybe they don't live together.
When do you want to go live on Patreon?
When we're done.
Okay.
Shiba dog shaking his body from left to right surrounded by red hearts. I don't know what that means.
Oh, I guess it was a GIF.
Oh, probably emojis or something?
Yeah, something like that. Thank you for the super chat.
Love that. Lewis said, thank you for talking about the strike. I'm in the Midwest and I get all my food locally. Truthfully, a bit out of touch with the harvest. Or with harvest. Hope you have a wonderful trip. Thank you for that. We appreciate it. Thank you for the super chats too. Mm-hmm. You want to read that one?
Which one?
The one right underneath the super chat. I'm going to grab something to drink. Would you like something?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Walk in front of the camera.
I've been with my man for 23 years. He has shut down on me, and the only time he communicates with me is through text. I can't talk to him at all. I love him so much, but I'm so lonely. He falls asleep and doesn't say goodnight. He's always on his phone, and we have a huge history of him lying and watching porn. I don't feel like I'm enough for him anymore. I just don't know what to do because we have a 14-year-old and he barely talks to her either. I've tried communicating him and showing him your videos, but everything goes through one ear and out the other. I'm so confused.
Do you really think it goes in one ear and out the other? I'm a hypothetical a whole lot on this.
Okay. Do I think it goes in one ear out the other?
Yeah.
No.
Why not?
Because unless he's truly just selective listening and it's just meow, he's hearing it and going, what's the point in any of this?
That's it. That's exactly it.
Why even try this? Yeah.
She said he has shut down on me, and the only time he communicates with me is through text. I can't talk to him at all.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that you guys have a family and a child and there is zero verbal communication every single day. I don't believe that.
So let's say on the big things.
Okay. No communication on the big things.
Right. Or emotional things. There's a disconnect there, right? That's clearly what's being stated. That disconnect comes through either trained behavior, shell situations where somebody's become a shell of a person, or they're no longer happy and they're just getting along to get along because it's easier than leaving.
Right.
I gotta be honest, when I read things like that, it sounds like dude's completely checked out of the marriage. Knowing that there's been corn issues as well means that he still has a sex drive. It's just not
Right.
there.
He just doesn't want it with you.
Right. These are you got to look at what's going on. You know, like verbal communication is 20% of how we actually talk to somebody. Looking at what's actually being said here, if he's not talking to you about the hard things and he has completely disconnected and doesn't really want anything to do with anyone in the house, he's fucking checked out. So you can say whatever the fuck you want to say, but until behaviors change or until he feels like things might actually improve
Or he matters.
which could not happen. Like maybe that's not going to ever be a thing.
Yeah, he could just be totally done and written it off. There is such a thing as too far gone.
Yeah, there absolutely is. Therapy is going to be my suggestion in that
Yeah.
one. Accountant here, create your LLC in Minnesota, and you'd have to get the okay from the shop owner to use their address. There you go. Fucking
All
love
right.
that. Our community coming through like a boss.
Look at that.
Looking for, there's another super chat. Ezekiel.
Thank you for all the super chats today, guys.
Ezekiel Shields. I love that name.
Yeah,
Yep.
Ezekiel.
Ezekiel.
That's a good one. Ezekiel. What's your name?
Fuck you, Tony. Never change who you guys are, even though the world is sometimes ugly and cruel. Thank you both for everything you teach and understanding the of both aspects of a relationship. Growth is to be better.
Oh, thank you.
Love that. Thank you for the super chat. And I like your name. Peaches, your story about your weight loss has inspired me to lose weight myself and take control over my health again for my kids as well as myself.
Oh, that's awesome.
You're amazing and so strong.
Thank you.
Got 2 more patrons since we've been sitting here.
Hell yeah.
I think it's super important to understand that for those of you who struggle with your weight loss, I'm willing to put money on the fact that you struggle with your boundaries. I would put like money on that because you're not willing to uphold things and like have the discipline necessary to structure your life. And if you can't do it with yourself, you're not going to do it with other people.
Yep.
From Facebook. Hi, guys. This is from Alyssa. New to working on a healthy traditional relationship for at least 6 months. My man and I are having a hard time communicating things that bother us without getting defensive or feeling like we don't serve the other enough when it's up for discussion. How do we get the issues or discussions not to be so tense? Any advice would be appreciated. Love you guys. Watch all the time from Alabama. He works a lot and I'm so grateful. Well, I hope you tell him that you're grateful that he works a lot. I versus you statements, soft startup statements, all the videos that we've done on that. There's a whole playlist on that. I would start there. The not getting defensive things means that you guys didn't heal from your past relationships before getting into one. That natural defensiveness comes up from people who have been traumatized that are bringing the previous relationships bullshit into the new one. Or maybe they had childhood trauma and they just haven't worked through that shit. I believe
Right.
that. As for the getting defensive, maybe you need to find ways to make it an I feel thing and not a you need to thing, right? We would need to see those conversations. This is why the couples coaching needs to be a real big thing.
Is she asleep?
She's out. You gotta pee?
My back is starting to hurt and I need to sit up.
Okay. Ivy girl. Oh, she's out. Just start putting your legs down. See what happens.
Oh, but she's out.
She is fucking out.
Oh, God, no. I feel so bad. She's comfortable and she's laying with her mom. I feel the same way about the kids when they fall asleep. I feel bad waking them up when they fall asleep on me. All right, I got to. Did that do it? Are her eyes open?
They're open now.
I'm sorry, babies.
What you doing, Ivy dog?
I gotta get up. My back hurts. I know.
There's a strong possibility that in the next 5 or 6 months, I'm going to have one. Huh. You're going to have a brother soon. Although he's going to be 50 pounds heavier than you are. Man, me a big old German Shepherd. Yeah.
You might have to change the zoom in on the camera, babe.
Yeah. I'll move it.
Carrie, can you take the camera off me for a second? Thank you. My bra was hanging out. Y'all
Yeah.
want to see that?
All right. Scrolling.
Okay, I'm ready.
Scrolling. Okay. If we're coming from the Patreon and wanting to send a life update email, should I put Patreon in the email title? Absolutely, Iggy. Absolutely, because that's going to get prioritized. I'm going to fix her camera real quick, guys, and then we'll get back to it. Holy shit. Haley said I'm down 85 pounds since April.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's crazy.
Fucking
6 months.
Get it.
You want me to go back?
No, I said that looks good.
Okay. Ooh, what?
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't either. Looks right to me. We are equally as tall.
Yes.
Yep. Okay. Super chat.
Super chat.
Diverse Diva. I like that name too. How does a mutually 23-year-old couple of 3 years who wants to gain knowledge on BDSM and have serious close intimacy experiences learn from those more knowledgeable? How do I find these people? I mean, there's lots of communities for that. That's one of those things that we have intentionally strayed away from and not had those conversations to avoid any type of, you know what, it's just a safety thing on our part because of what we do. We don't really get into that. I do know for a fact that there are a couple people that we have mutuals with on TikTok that have those kind of conversations. I believe the Buff Bell is one of them. You can check that out. However, I'm not vetting any of her content. I just know that that's the type of content she makes.
Well, I just messaged her and I asked her what the name of her Discord is.
Perfect.
So I have not personally been in her Discord. I have seen her TikToks. I've seen the things that they talk about, but TikTok is very minimal.
Right.
So, I mean, it would be worth checking it out just to see how you feel about it.
That is a very dangerous situation for
It
us,
is.
guys. As much as we would like to have those kind of conversations, there's two things that stand out. One, there's a lot of abuse and bullshit and manipulation in that community. And the other aspect of it is our content is not overly sexualized and we don't want to be sexual objects. We want our content to be
Oh, God, I'm already sexualized.
our actual content, right? Like that's the message, not, oh my God, she's hot. We should follow their podcast. So yeah. Ashley said, just rejoined Patreon and can honestly say I missed you both. Well, fucking welcome back. We'll leave a light on for you. Oh wait, that was a Motel 6. Yeah, gotta watch that one. Don't want to get fucking sued for copyright infringement. Iggy said, oh wait, she sent twice. I haven't sent an email before, so it's not that kind of update. Just an update on how y'all have helped me since listening. Love that shit. Iggy is proof that we play video games with people from our Discord.
Yeah. Yeah.
We get in that little chat, and now we're getting 7 to 8 people at a time. So like, there's
It's
always
quick.
somebody to play with. Yeah, it's gangster.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of dressing modest in a real relationship?
Is this the thing? He's still going.
Ta-da! I would like to verify that this is indeed a real relationship.
It is. I think so.
Long term.
I'd hope so. Don't shatter my illusion if it's not.
I think that modest dressing is important.
Yeah.
I think that if you were running around with your fucking ass hanging out of the back of your shorts all the time and crop tops with your tits out for the world to see, I would have a problem with it.
I mean, I think that modesty for men is important as well.
Oh man, are you saying I can't run around in a fucking banana hammock?
No.
Oil my fat ass up and just be out there with like a gold chain and some fucking hater blockers, just like sweaty?
No. You said sweaty. like that in front of people, and that's the equivalent of you showing your ankles, you're a fucking hussy. You need to stop it.
How dare you show those ankles?
Other people aren't allowed to see you sweaty.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. I think that we need a lot more modesty in general,
I agree.
not just in relationships.
Yeah.
And I think that that comes down to societal norms of what is and what is not acceptable. But I also think that that can speak to self-worth.
Yeah. I agree.
When I see, and this may trigger people, I don't give a fuck. It's my opinion. You don't have to like it. It's my opinion. When I see thirst trap TikToks, even people who are trying to sell products and they're using thirst trappy content
To get the
do it,
attention.
you're selling yourself, not the product.
Right.
I view that as a form of prostitution, or at least the gateway to it. You're selling your body by definition. I don't vibe with that shit.
Yeah, it's like the light version of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Scotty said, my children's mother left. This is on Facebook. My children's mother left me in July and started a relationship with someone else. She has been with him 3 months and is now pregnant.
Holy shit.
And she has been pressuring me to fact the kids will have to meet him sooner or later. That doesn't read right. Okay. It
To
doesn't-
the fact, I'm assuming that the kids will have to meet him
Gotcha.
sooner or later
I didn't read that.
because the baby will be here in 7 months.
I don't feel comfortable with this person around my children. I'm not trying to keep the children from her, but at the same time, I'm going to protect them. I feel if the children came first, they wouldn't have done this. This is going to affect the children and hurt them more because they want mom and dad to work out. How do I become okay with what has happened as well as protect the kids from the pain coming? By the way, we are still married. The relationship is over.
Okay.
I just want to clear that up. We'll go right to whatever you want to say, but that we are still married means nothing. Your relationship is over. If you have filed for divorce or even not filed for divorce and she has left you and is dating somebody else, your marriage is over. Big Daddy government might still hold a piece of paper over your head, but your relationship is done.
Yeah.
Go ahead with whatever you were going to say.
I have to think about it again.
You want me to reread it?
No, I'll reread. You can just get into whatever you're going to say.
Okay. The other thing that I wanted to talk about in that is she has moved on. She's with somebody new. She has just as much right to those kids as you do. And she's now pregnant with another kid, whatever, that's a whole thing. Eventually they're going to end up living together unless she ends up ditching this dude and just has a baby out of whatever. That's not something you have any control over. Unless you have full custody of the children and she gets visitation, you have no say there. This is why it's important to fucking involve lawyers in the process of an actual divorce so that things are documented as to what is and what is not acceptable. And you can get super fucking detailed with that shit. Things like you're not allowed to talk negative about the other parent in front of the kids can be in a fucking divorce agreement. You also have to understand that people are going to do what they feel is best for them, period. It's not about you. And in some cases, it's not about the kids. If she's in love with this person right now and is trying to build a life with them, the kids will be taken care of, hopefully, and she can still prioritize her relationship. I don't believe your kids should be put first in a relationship. I don't. I think you should be prioritizing your partner in marriage, right? Just so that that's not taken out of context because somebody, oh, Chris said. That's not what I'm saying. If you're married, you should be prioritizing the marriage. And if you are prioritizing the marriage, you're not going to get divorced. Did I cover everything that you were going to get into? You want me to wait?
No, you're good. You can just keep going.
I will patiently wait.
You can just keep going.
Carrie is deceased, laughing my ass off. Wait, y'all aren't acting? Gasp. I love Carrie's reactions. Hope y'all have a blast in Thailand. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
I think Thailand's going to be fucking gangster. Oh my God, he's showing people his ankles. I dress in comfortable clothes everywhere because I hate people just looking at me. You could have just stopped with I hate people. I got you. I get it. To be better, Baldur's Gate has a mod so we can change the party size.
Oh, nice.
I don't know how to mod video games. That's not my forte. So you'll have to mod your own shit and we'll jump in your game. How about that? No gray sweats for my man. We had a whole video about that.
We did.
That needs to be taken down and reposted or like overlaid with a video and just have me standing there staring at you talking about it. That's one of my favorite videos. I tried doing a super chat, but it wouldn't let me unless I paid $200 or more. Dang it. I have a question for you guys. That's crazy because
That
I've seen
doesn't make
people
sense.
send 99 cents. I think you should try it again. Did my end or your end freeze? It's your end. Scrolling. FREE, that spells free. Creditreport.com, baby.
Hey.
I was trying. It was going through my head. I'm like, where have I heard that?
That's funny. Lemon character lifting baby lemon in the air to congratulate him.
The way that this describes emojis and stickers and stuff.
That's how I understand emoji text.
Yeah.
So anybody ever sends me emojis, I'm reading what the emoji is.
Yeah.
Lemon character. I don't know what the fuck that means. Does that mean you're sour? Bitter bitch? No, I don't know.
It was a little dude holding another little dude going like this.
Oh,
On the
that's
phone.
so weird.
It is. They're cute though.
I appreciate the super chats, but I can't read emoji, and it literally texts it out.
It's strange.
What are you most excited for Thailand? From K Dizzle My Shizzle.
What? What? I don't understand.
K Dizzle My Shizzle.
Is that what made her laugh?
It tickled Carrie.
Gotcha. What am I most excited about for Thailand?
Is it the elephants?
That's definitely the top of my list. I think just being in the country.
Is it the cooking class?
I'm pretty excited about the cooking class.
I was really excited for the Thai massages that I'm not going to get to participate in now.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the beach, where the beach was filmed.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
That will be fun. I'm excited for everything. I'm excited for the fucking train rides that we have to go on.
Yeah, I think a lot of it's the experience,
Yeah.
the memories that we're gonna have, because this will be the first one. Your first time should always be special, right?
Yeah.
Oh man,
There's somebody whose name on here is Cutlery and Fucklery.
That's funny.
Anya.
Anya?
Hi, thank you for all you do. I'm 24 and I'm trying to not be a destructive human. I've learned so much from you, and I hope to learn more.
Oh, I hope you do too.
Kimberly said, "Can you give me some examples of truly submitting to your husband? I spent years playing the feminine and masculine role." That's a you thing.
Not being combative about finances.
Okay, definitely a good one. If he's in control of them.
Right? Not being combative about finances. Ensuring that dinner's made by the time I say it's going to be made every night. If I blew off dinner every single night, or I was like, it's going to be done by 5 and now we're not eating until 7, it's a reoccurring thing. I view that as a problem.
Yeah, it is. It absolutely is. Time management issues.
I suddenly can't think of anything that I do as a submissive wife. Why are you looking at me like that?
Giggity. I'm not fucking going there. We're live to the world and not to our Patreon right now.
Okay.
We're not having those conversations.
Okay.
Examples of truly submitting to your husband. Submitting to your husband means that you have a man that is capable of leadership and you are trusting him to fucking handle his business. If you're like, babe, I want to do this, and I'm like, we're not at a good spot right now to do that. Regardless of what it is, travel, money, whatever. And you argue with me over it, that's not submission.
Mm-hmm.
If you say, well, can you explain to me why we're not in a good position so that when we are, I know to ask this again, that's not combative. That is you and I having a conversation to understand things and you still allowing me to lead, but making sure that you're informed enough that you are able to see that my leadership should not be in question.
Right.
I think that's the biggest aspect of submission in marriage. Obviously not, just in a traditional aspect, allowing me to fucking do what I need to do and not demoralize, demean, or emasculate me. Allow me to lead. Trust that I'm capable of doing so because I have not shown you otherwise yet. And then just upholding the things that we say we would do for each other. I want to read this one real quick just because of the labels. I have BPD and my boyfriend has horrible ADHD. He is amazing, so kind. He is amazing and so kind to me, and we have an amazing relationship. We work together for everything we need and are a team. Recently, his brother His brother's ex-girlfriend, who I had a falling out with, spread lies about me. Now his brother and his best friend think I'm a cheater or some POS woman, which I am absolutely not.
Okay, I'm going to pause. This is already overwhelming for me.
Yeah?
There's already too many people involved. This is okay, so this is not about your relationship?
I think it's about outside perspectives.
Okay.
But I also don't think that you having borderline or him having ADHD has anything to do with the fact that people in your life think that you're cheating on your boyfriend.
Right.
Or that
Okay.
you're a piece of shit. This is all because I put a boundary up with his ex-girlfriend of his brother's, with this ex-girlfriend of his brother's, and ended up blocking her and everything. This sounds like childish teenage drama.
Yeah, it sounds like the ex-girlfriend didn't get her way and now she's retaliating.
Right. I truly was, there's a whole lot here. I'm skipping all of that. I truly was protecting my peace. I believed someone that cheated and left their man for another man over me. I haven't been able to speak for myself because I'm scared of getting belittled and attacked. Then you're not safe. If you're afraid of having those conversations because you're afraid of being belittled and attacked, you're in the wrong relationship.
I don't think she's talking about her relationship.
Yeah, I don't know. There's too
I think
much
she's
there.
talking about defending herself on whatever they're spewing these lies on. I wouldn't even give this another thought.
Yeah. They're not in that relationship.
I would live my day-to-day life and these people don't exist to me anymore. And then if someone brings up, oh, did you hear so-and-so said this? I'm like, oh, they still exist? I'm sorry, I've been over here winning in my own life.
Yeah. It's crazy that I'm no longer in that social circle and they still feel the need to talk about me.
Right.
Just goes to show who's winning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so what you're telling me is I'm a local celebrity around here. Stop it, guys.
Famous, bitch. You want my autograph? You want my autograph? You want to take it back to him and be like, look, I got his autograph?
Yeah.
Oh, man. Somebody said my necklace is super cool, but I'm probably thinking they mean your necklace is super cool. I like my necklace. Thank you.
I would think that they mean yours. I
No,
don't.
they mean your new one. That fancy.
This one?
Yes.
I have like. This shirt's supposed to be like tucked in, but it's not doing what I want it. But there's the necklace.
Back to whatever we were doing.
You can do that, like really like.
Put the hair down. The neck is too much. Whew. Ah.
I know you saw my neck and immediately just wanted to
Yep. I'm a piranha.
No, the little bites did it for me. Stop it. Oh my gosh.
For Baldur's Gate 3, use Nexus mods. Each player needs to download the mods. Glad to see y'all are having fun and laughing yourselves. Enjoy your trip. Thank you, Therapy.
Thank you, Therapy.
I gotta be honest, I'm kind of shocked that you're not going to Costa Rica with us. I'm just saying. Alana,
I just want to pause for a second. Therapy is one of those people I genuinely enjoy being around.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was super cool at the meet and greet in Vegas. Mm-hmm. Yep. Alana said, sending this as a super chat, so I have to finally complete it. I'll be sending my thank you email by the end of the week. I keep rewriting and adding to it, and I need to just finish the dang thing.
All right. So Wizards, Zach, Janae, be on the lookout from an email from someone named Alana.
It's coming.
I'm gonna check in by Monday, and if we don't hear anything next time we go live, I'm gonna give her a lot of shit.
There you go. Get him, babe.
There's the real pressure. You're now being documented.
My boyfriend is currently incarcerated. He has 20 months left, possibly only 14. Is there any general advice on how to keep the relationship strong and thriving? He's got barely over a year, well, possibly 2. You just need to be active. Lots of, I mean, granted, things have changed since I was in jail, but
Oh yeah, I don't know how I mean.
Lots of
Orange is the New Black came out a while ago. So.
emails, phone calls, etc. Just talk to him. I mean, if going strong and thriving, he's incarcerated, you're not. Be loyal. Be there when he reaches out.
Figure out what you can send in the mail, and if you can send undergarments, I'd be sending all of it.
Yeah, hit the visitation as much as you can.
Conjugal visits.
Believe it or not all jails do that.
I'd be sending emails with dirty photos.
They wouldn't make it.
They wouldn't make it?
Nope. You try to send something like that in and they take it. At least they did. It's been a long time since I was behind bars.
That's so stupid.
I'm just saying, like, it was mail at that point. There's no fucking tablets in the jail system. It was,
Right.
yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're starting to get phones in there to go live on TikTok. Watching them live in there is crazy. I could not.
Courtney said, how do I get past the hurt of my husband telling me he is no longer physically attracted to me? 5 months postpartum from a traumatic C-section. I'm already back to pre-birth weight.
Okay, first off, being back to your 5 months postpartum and I'm already back to my pre-birth weight. Congratulations on that. First off, I've had 2 C-sections and they slice through that abdominal wall. It makes it very hard to lose that belly fat. Every woman who's had a C-section has that little pouch because you just can't exercise that spot to lose that fat anymore. And 5 months postpartum, my gosh, I was still eating. I mean, I still do this, but not by the bag anymore. I was eating cheese by the bag, eating my emotions, my feelings. I ballooned up to 300 pounds before I had my daughter. So bravo on that.
You know that spot reduction is a myth.
Spot reduction.
Yep. Doing sit-ups to try to get a thinner stomach.
Yeah.
It doesn't work that way. You can't target the way that your body loses body fat.
Right.
It comes off, the newest fat comes off the fastest is the way that that works.
Okay.
Are
you continuing your thought?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
Silence.
Because I was going to say something, but then you started talking and then I got sidetracked.
It's because I'm super distracting.
Always.
I'm a walking distraction.
In regards to him no longer being physically attracted, I bet you it's not that he's not physically attracted to you. He doesn't understand what's going on, and that's just the most prevalent thing to him right now. Postpartum with a newborn is hard. Everything is out of whack right now. And I would put a bet on, because during pregnancy, there are new studies coming out that the men's hormones are affected not the same way a woman's are, but because she's out of whack, he's going to start going in out of whack, like a synchronicity. The same way a group of women who hang around a lot are going to get synchronized with their menstruation. So if you guys haven't already, I would do a check-in. And don't make it about how are you doing at home, what's going on with us. Talk about him and what's going on in his life. Being a new mom is hard.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of attention as a new mom. The dads get left out.
They do. But there's a whole lot to be said here about how much life changes after a baby's born.
Yeah.
Sleep deprivation, fucking a whole lot of attention has to be given that didn't have to be given before. Your time gets cut up.
There's a new neglect happening because there's a new life.
Absolutely. You're no longer giving attention to your person because there's a baby that has to be taken care of. Like, people don't have those conversations. We've gotten a lot of fucking Patreon since we've sat down. It's like the 6th one.
Oh my gosh. I love that. Thank you guys for joining.
Did he say he's physically not attracted to you? And does that mean your body shape, or does that mean that he doesn't like who you've become?
Because those are two very different things.
They are. You need to send an email. He needs to send an email. How about that? You guys need to send a correspondence from each of you so that we know what's actually going on and we can break down what's happening.
What time is it? I have to use the restroom before we go live on Patreon.
12:30.
Okay.
Therapy said again, both of you stating your enjoyment of being around me is a big deal to me. Genuinely looking into joining Costa Rica. Don't rule me out quite yet. Good shit, dude.
I hope that you're able to make it.
Real shit therapy. I'm gonna be brutal.
Yeah.
Brutally honest.
Okay.
I was super fucking worried about meeting him in Vegas.
Yeah.
I was, because he'd always been in the video games, and like him and I gaming was fun. It was relaxing.
But what if you meet in person, you don't click?
Right. Or what if he's really fucking like weird, like trying to be clingy, obsessive, like forcefully to be a friend? Like, I was super fucking concerned. And when he got there, he was so fucking chill and not at all what I expected. Yeah. Yep.
He was the first person to arrive for that Vegas meet and greet.
I was there for about 45 minutes before everybody else.
Meeting him first really mellowed out before everybody else.
It did.
It helped mellow me out. You were like a therapy dog in that moment. not to be shitty. I don't mean that in a bad way.
That's funny. Oh, man. Congratulations. Life gets better, I promise. I gotta be on. We're at the bottom of the comments. I guess I can scroll back up if I need to. Fingers crossed that I can go pick up lunch after this and before the Patreon live comes on.
You'll have like 20 minutes.
I mean, we could wrap up right now and go live at 1:00.
All right, Aloha, this is your time. Oh, this is Alana.
Alana.
I don't have my glasses on. I just saw the A and the L.
Uh,
Alana, this is your time.
We can't wrap up just yet. We have to hit the
chats.
the chat to see what came through on
Pardon me.
Discord. Oh no, what happened? It's connecting. Okay, good. Do we have super chats?
It's the art of servitude.
What?
The woman who was asking about the BDSM information, Buff Bell and her husband have a Discord dedicated to talking about the safety and all of those kinds of things. It's called the Art of Servitude.
Okay.
So if you wanted to check it out, I'm not sure if it's a free Discord or if it's through Patreon. I would highly recommend checking out Buff Bell on TikTok, though, and you'll be able to find all of the information there.
Yeah.
Buff Bell, Belle.
She's also they're creating a podcast. I'm willing to bet you'll be within the first 5 episodes.
I believe it, yeah.
Yeah. Which I think would be super good. I actually think that we need to start doing other people's podcasts for a little while. And I'm very much looking forward to what we've got going with Mike and Katie. I can't fucking wait for this
Oh my
call on
God, me
Friday.
too. Me too.
Scotty said we read that one.
What time on Friday?
11:30 for Mike, and then
That's not going to work.
why not?
I don't know how long her appointment will be.
What time is the appointment?
At 10?
Yeah, it will be. It'll be
Okay.
fine. They're gonna walk her in there, look at her stitches, and you're gonna leave.
Okay. Because I have to be at my nail appointment by 1.
We'll be good.
Okay. Okay, dope.
Christina for Facebook sent some stars that said y'all are an inspiration. Such a huge
thank you.
inspiration. Is it the same Christina? Did she send them twice? She did. My ex-husband introduced me to your videos. Y'all helped me realize my worth as a woman and as a mother. I ended up leaving him due to that reason, but now we are friends and co-parent so well together. I want to thank you. That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Co-parent together.
Well, they're
Love.
better off as friends than as partners.
Yep.
I love that he introduced you to the podcast. You guys grew and there's no resentment there.
Yep. It's important to remember that not everybody's meant for you to be your ever
Right.
person, your
Some-
forever person.
Some people are just here for character development and moving on.
I believe the universe puts people in your lives when you need them. And when you no longer need them, they move on.
Right.
Just know that I'm going to need you forever. And if you ever try to leave, we're going to saw some shit.
Gonna saw.
Yep. You're going to find yourself locked in a dungy bathroom with an anklet. I'm just kidding. We all know that you're the jigsaw guy.
I
just
am.
was trying to play along with your metaphor. And now that I said that out loud, people are going to clip that and go, see, he abuses her.
See, the worst part is though, I think it's kinky. So the joke's on you guys.
Gilberto said, soon I need your advice. I'm just trying to find the right words. Keep up the good work. Send
Thank
the email
you.
when you're ready, brother.
No rush.
Erica said, my boyfriend and I are really going through a situation that has got me going nuts on every level. Every level. He just came back home after 2 weeks. I told him to leave and to go to rehab. However, rehab doesn't have any available beds, so I allowed him to come home where he is going to start outpatient. I know pushy behavior on my part. That's not pushy behavior, it's boundaries. I'm sorry. I know pushy behavior on my part can make him not want to do shit. I just don't know how to let him know he has to do this in order to stay home here. Or is this even a good idea? Should I have made him stay homeless? Because now I'm dealing with his victim stance and it's hell.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be honest. Like, so I'm all about helping people. I really, really am. And I have a stronger obligation in my own mind by my own precedence of helping my children and family, right? If it comes to a boyfriend and I'm doing everything that I can to help him and now he's in that whiny, bitchy victim mentality, you did this to yourself. Get the fuck out. I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not your mommy. I'm not your grandma. I'm not your favorite auntie. And I'm not the boundaryless girlfriend who's going to allow you to walk all over them so you can have your fucked up, shitty life and then drag me into it because you feel better when you have someone miserable with you. I'm not doing it.
The only people that will ever have a problem with you having boundaries are the ones who want to manipulate and control you.
Yep.
Period.
Yep.
Would you like some energy drink or water?
No, I have my water
Okay.
here. I just wanted to make sure this was empty before I moved on.
I'm really on some big shit with that. That boundary thing, I mean, obviously that's relevant to us right now because of what we're studying, but the idea of me going, hey, I'm not okay with you going to the bar and getting drunk around other dudes. That's my boundary.
Right.
That
Doesn't
was-
mean I have to abide by it.
No, it's your life. You do whatever the fuck
Right.
you want to do. And I'm going to do what I want to do. And in the event that you do that, I'm going to go, cool. You knew that this was not okay for me. that was a hard no.
But you love me. Clearly, you don't love me enough.
Right.
You said that you're going to be with here forever.
Right.
You're not going to allow me to abuse you and your boundaries.
Right.
What the fuck?
All the people in your life say that you're controlling, right? It's all manipulation. If you know what is expected of your relationship and you decide to deviate from that, you made a fucking choice.
You did.
We have an agreement of how we're going to live our lives. And when you break that agreement, the trust is broken. At that point, you can try to control and manipulate all you want. Those boundaries are there for a fucking reason.
Yep.
And anybody, like I said, anybody that tries to tell you that your boundaries are controlling or a problem, they're trying to manipulate you. They manipulate you. They want to control what you're doing. You don't have to abide by anything that I set out in my life. You choose to. And if you choose not to, I have a decision to make. Just like you, if you're like, you can't do this, I have a decision to make. I either want you in my life and can respect the boundaries that you have set for yourself, or I have to understand there's going to be consequences for my actions. I don't understand why that's such a hard thing for people. And I fucking hate that the narrative is that boundaries are controlling. I really, truly hate that shit because my boundaries have nothing to do with other people. It's about me and my safety and my sanity
Right.
and my comforts. And I can fucking live my life alone. I would much rather live it with another person, which is why we work so well, because we have the same fucking values. Not everybody's meant to be together. I can't read the name on this one, but it says, my husband and I have started doing check-ins and I have started taking more accountability. It seems to be sparking a lot of hope inside of our relationship. Love that. We have walked through a lot of trauma since the beginning together. Autoimmune disorder that has forced my partner to go through chemo several times. His mom survived a brain aneurysm and our daughter had open heart surgery. Holy shit, you've got a lot going on.
Right.
At 15 months, it has felt hopeless for a lot over the past year and finally see a light at the end of the tunnel. Thank you. All it takes is communication, right? That's it. You guys found a way to talk to each other. That's the check-ins. It's teaching you how to talk to each other and you're able to resolve things. You can communicate like fucking Jordan B. Peterson.
Right.
But if I don't understand it, we're not communicating. You're talking at me. Sometimes you got to dummy that shit down.
Right.
Sometimes you got to find new ways to articulate what you're trying to get across. But once you understand that, the communication gets so much fucking easier. That's why we developed the check-ins. Those don't have anything. They're just super chats. Just getting back into the dating world. I want to make sure I don't fall into a toxic relationship, but also not give a guy a chance. So question is in the beginning of the talking stage. How much talking is a healthy amount? Where is the line from love bombing to they aren't really into you?
Okay, I'm going to pause.
Okay.
So the quantity of conversations doesn't matter to me. It's the quality of the conversations that are happening.
Okay.
So if this person is messaging you and all they're saying is to you is you're so hot, you're so beautiful, you make me smile and all these other things, and you're not having conversations of what are your goals in life?
Right.
What do you want your relationships to look like long term?
That's a really good point.
Where do you want to be in 5 or 10 years?
Substance.
Right. I think that matters. Now, the line of they aren't really into you, if I'm getting one word responses, right? I'm fine with waiting 6 hours for a reply. You're busy. You're at work. You got things going on. You're into hobbies. You do a motorcycle club every single Saturday, and I'm not going to hear from you for 10 hours. I'm fine with that as long as I'm still getting the attention outside of that time.
Right.
Right. Now, if they're only reaching out to you for booty calls, they're not really into you. They're just really into sticking it somewhere.
It goes on to say that they only talk every couple of days
Yeah.
because they're really busy with life and kids and their business. That's bullshit.
I don't believe that.
Yeah, you could talk to somebody every single day if you simply message them while you're taking a shit.
Right.
Like, there's no reason for you to go days without speaking to somebody unless they're not a priority to you and what you're doing in your life.
Or they don't take this as seriously as you do. This is just a casual thing for them when you're looking for a more serious interaction.
Well, how would you define, what does love bombing look like to you?
Okay, I would need a very specific situation.
Okay.
Okay.
So just for the sake of trying to get this done, for me, the love bombing aspect comes too much too fast, right? You can have,
I want to spend the rest of my life with you.
right.
You're absolutely amazing.
I
You're the
love
best woman I've ever met.
Right.
right off the bat,
because
super quick. Yeah.
that leads to the manipulative things that comes from the love bombing aspect. I think that people put too much into the phrase love bombing, and they have destroyed what it is to have a meaningful conversation. If you and I didn't have the courtship into the dating phase that we had, and the amount that we texted in the beginning and the amount of times that we hung out, people would say that could be love bombing because we were texting all fucking day long about everything.
Yeah.
Shit that had nothing to do with anything, but it was constant communication. And if somebody views that as love bombing, you're missing the entire point of building a structure
Foundation.
with somebody, right? Yeah. Like we're laying the wiring that goes inside of the concrete.
Before the cement.
Right. That's it. So like the love bombing thing, you guys need to be real careful with the way that you use those terms. If you don't understand them, don't use them.
Yeah.
And if you Google it, look for examples of what it is. And not just from Google. Like get on YouTube and search Dr. K. He's the gaming therapist. He does like live streams where he goes over all kinds of shit. I've gained so much fucking valuable information from that dude. Shout out to Zach who gave me that information and shared some of his shit.
Yeah.
I don't like buzzwords for a reason.
Right.
It's very easy to misunderstand what's being said. And if you understand the context of the conversation and you don't understand the definition of the word, you're going to imply your own meaning to what's being said. And then when you use that term next time, it's going to be based off of your understanding of the conversation you had versus what the actual meaning of the thing is. It's important.
I agree. I would also look out for love bombing to get what they want out of a situation. So if you're love bombed and then they ask a question of you to do something for them, I would pay attention to that pattern. If the appreciation and showering of affection, like I said, happens prior to asking you to do whatever. Also, if you guys are 2 weeks into talking to each other, right? You haven't even solidified that you're dating yet. But you guys have, at this point, I'm sure have had conversations about insecurities, things that have happened, reassurances, all those kinds of things. If reassurances start popping up all the time, right? We're 2 weeks in, you're absolutely amazing, you're the best woman I've ever met. And it's just repetitive, like every other message. Okay, this is a little bit too much. Like, why are you doing this? Yeah. That telling you what you want to hear just so you can hear it without any meaning. I would also pay attention to that.
That specific thing is how narcissistic abuse starts. There's books that you can read that get into that as well, but that is something to look out for. That is a huge red flag.
Yeah.
Alicia said, I love you guys. XOXO. I have sought clarification in so many of your videos. I have fallen in love with someone who did not catch me, to say the least, looking for tips on respecting that boundary for myself and for their decision. I find myself consistently waiting to hear from them. Oh, that's it. That was the end of it.
Okay.
To say the least, looking for tips on respecting that boundary for myself and for their decision.
You need to find other things to occupy your mind.
I don't understand what they mean by someone who did not catch me.
Oh, I have no idea. I'm assuming that they failed them in some way, either spoken or unspoken expectation. Something happened, boundary was crossed, whatever.
Yeah, I don't know, because I don't understand what that means, and I don't want to speculate.
Okay.
Anna said, my question around phone etiquette. My husband is very upset that when I am with friends or family members that I do not converse with him on the phone.
Okay, I'm going to pause. That sounds like an insecure attachment.
Okay.
Right off the bat. You are not going to get somebody's undivided attention 100% of the time. If you are not okay with your partner having relationships outside of you, you should not be in a relationship.
I agree. I also think it's really fucking weird that somebody wants to be on the telephone.
All the time.
Anytime. If I'm driving.
I assume that's texting, conversing, texting.
It says on the phone. How do I explain to him that it's rude that I'm on the phone or texting and texting when she's around family members or friends? The only time I ever call anyone is if I'm driving. I don't want to be on the phone. Like I don't like calling anyone.
Yeah.
I hate being on the phone. If we're driving, I'll talk to you all fucking day. Especially when we're in separate cars, because it's like we're together, right?
Yeah.
Like, otherwise, I fucking hate being on the phone.
Yeah.
I put almost everyone a voicemail and then just read the text message of what's been transcribed. And if you call without texting me first, like, hey, do you got a minute for a phone call? No, I fucking don't. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not answering your phone
That's
call.
like showing up at my house unexpected. I'm not answering that door.
Right? Why is that a thing for us? Because that was not a thing for a previous generation.
I don't know.
I don't like that shit.
I don't like
even
it either.
family members, when they call me without saying, hey, do you have a minute? Like, it's intrusive. I'm
Yeah.
busy. I'm not sitting here eating Cheetos watching fucking,
Right.
Three's
Do something
Company.
with my time here. Yeah.
Right.
So I read the rest of that, and he says he states that this is me not putting him first, and it hurts his feelings. Bro, your feelings can be hurt. I am not going to neglect my relationships with my family and my friends because you're insecure. I'm not doing that, and that's manipulation
I believe that is the start to isolation.
and abuse.
It is.
Yeah.
If you have somebody that tries to restrict the communication that you have with other people, not saying like you can't talk about something, but saying that like, I just want you to give me all of your affection and attention, that is a way to get people to stop doing those things.
Yeah.
And it's no different than going, I know that if I go over to my in-laws house or my sister-in-law's house or wherever's house, I'm going to have to come home to a pissed off person. Eventually you're not going to go because you don't want to deal with the fallout that comes with that. That is how that isolation starts. And,
Right.
and it is a voluntary thing.
Yeah.
At least you believe it is. You believe that you're making the choice not to do that when in reality, they have trained you not to do that because of the way that they have behaved, and you have not set boundaries and like, this is the way things need to go. That's a very deep conversation and
It
something
is.
that a lot of people need to fucking realize.
That can also bleed into if you're a people pleaser, that's really going to damage you.
Absolutely.
Because your main goal is to make the person you love the most happy. So yeah, I'm willing to cut off all of my relationships to prove to you that you are the priority to me and you are the number one in my life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be if I heard a man say that to his woman in front of me, I'd be like, what the fuck? One more time. Can you repeat that, please?
Right.
Because that is not how that works.
Yeah, that's a problem for me. Monica said, I'll certainly be sending an email, but I just wanted to say thank you for what you guys do. It's been helping me through things lately.
Through things lately.
Y'all rock. Thank you for that.
Thank you.
I think this is the last one. Danielle said, my husband and I had an affair. My husband had an affair almost 4 years ago. I am still in so much emotional pain. He has done everything to win my trust back, but it is so hard for me to forget how he intentionally hurt me.
Okay. Sorry.
Go ahead. You run it, babe.
He didn't intentionally hurt you. Him cheating on you was not about you.
At all. It had nothing to do with you.
It was about him insatiating his own selfish needs in that moment. Whatever it was, there's no excuse for cheating, but him cheating was not about you. That's the first thing that I would let go of.
Yeah. Second thing that follows into this is what we always get hate for is look at what you were doing in your relationship at that time that put him in a position to want to cheat.
Yeah.
Right? Like looking at our relationship, if something happened where I didn't want to be around you, that would be the first red flag.
Right.
Because we're around each other all the time. Somebody said yesterday in a comment that they struggle to be more than 8 to 5 away from their person. Like meaning a normal work
normal
week.
job,
I'm like,
yeah.
I fucking get that because Peaches and I are around each other more than like no less than 3 hours a day apart. Like, and that's normally you picking up the kids and me coming home.
Yeah.
I enjoy your presence. It's a gift.
Oh, thank
Right?
you.
Get it? Presents, dad
Yeah.
joke. But therapy will be proud. Zach will be proud. We're winning, guys. I'm doing the dad thing. That shit matters.
It does.
So those are the two things. I would absolutely realize that his intent and the things that he did from a selfish standpoint and had absolutely nothing to do with you. And then I would look at what was going on in your relationship at the time. Was sex not happening? Was the disconnect there? Was communication fucked up? Did you just have a kid? Were you guys in between jobs? Was there stress financially?
Have you guys been arguing for the last 6 months?
Right. What happened in your relationship?
Yeah.
Something happened that made the want to not be around each other all the time. And that doesn't mean that that's what made the cheating happen.
Right.
But that is the catalyst that got to the point where, hey, maybe this will be okay.
Right.
Or maybe he's just that person. But if he did it once 4 years ago and has never done it since, maybe he was checked out. Maybe he was just done with the marriage at that point and was looking for an exit strategy and then did that shit.
Right.
And maybe after it got brought to his attention and he thought he was going to lose you, he realized that that's not what he wants.
Right.
Right? Like there's a whole lot of information that's not here. Married 16 years and 4 kids. I thought I knew him. What a shitty statement. You thought you knew him.
That is a really shitty statement. But you are saying that now in the present time when this happened 4 years ago.
Right.
If you're not able to get over this, you need to set this man free.
Yeah.
He has done everything he possibly could in the last 4 years to win your trust back, and it's still not good enough for you.
She did say everything to win my trust back. You're right.
Right. So at this point, this is 100% a you problem. This has nothing to do with your husband at this point. And like I said prior, him cheating on you was not intentionally done to hurt you.
Right.
You are a byproduct of the fallout of what he chose to do for himself.
The I thought I knew him is what I'm hung up on the most. People change.
People do.
You go through new seasons. There is actually, I believe that relationships and the way that relationships are conducted between two people can actually hinder growth. If you have somebody that is wanting to evolve into something new and become a new individual or a new perspective, and the person in their life shits on that or makes fun of it, that becomes repressed because I have to live by the role of other people's opinions because I need the validation of others, right?
Or expectations.
Expectations, right? That's very much a thing. It's mob mentality, right? You have to fit in to fit in. It's no different than people grabbing on and holding on to their labels with a death grip. If you thought you knew him, how did the relationship look? Because there's a difference between knowing the person you're with and knowing what's going on in your relationship.
Yeah.
If we're not okay and you don't know why we're not okay, you don't know shit.
Or you're just completely checked out and haven't noticed that we're not okay.
Yeah. That needs an email. There's a whole lot there. And we are totally caught up on super chats. So I can close this. I lied. We are definitely not caught up on super chats. We are so not caught up on super chats.
Okay. When are we going live on Patreon?
As soon as we're done with this, we'll take a break and we'll go. We don't have to be on Patreon long. All right. I'm just going to read these last few. If we miss some guys, I apologize. Book recommendations on how to regulate emotions. Also, thank you both for inspiring me to pull myself out of a deep depression and work on being a better me for my husband and kids. Everything that is on our recommended reading list is the things that we suggest, and you will find golden nuggets in all of those books, whether it's related to what it is specifically that you're looking at. You could read a book on hospitality that you're going to get something from that you can apply to that. So everything that's on our recommended reading list is what we recommend reading.
And just so everyone's aware, we are wrapping up super chats.
Yeah, no more super chats, guys. I'm not reading anything past what's on here. Jennifer Mendoza said, I am 23 and I am the problem. I have poor communication skills and being angry, upset easily and having controlling issues, etc. But I don't know where or how to start and how to stay accountable of myself. So you're making a choice because you just listed out everything that you know is wrong and you're doing absolutely nothing to fix it, which means you are comfortable in your chaos. You are choosing to stay in that life. YouTube, our reading list, this podcast, therapy, betterhelp.com.
We are the resources. You just have to listen to it.
Right. And then you have to actually start making changes.
Right.
Yep. All right. That's it on the super chats. We have to wrap up for the Patreon live. If you guys want to jump over there, those are much smaller lives. It's a whole lot easier to have conversations with us there than in these massive things. You guys can find the recommended reading list on tobebetter.com/resources. With that being said, guys, thanks for tuning in and we will see you in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Have a great day, guys.
Bye, guys.
Hit the